So today what I'm going to be doing is a coolant flush, and while I'm at it this winter I noticed my heater wasn't working the best. So I'm going to give you a video here on how to flush the heater core. Now as you can see down here you have your heater hoses. Up here you have your heater core. Now that right there is your heater valve. This position is on, so make sure before you do this you go in the cabin, you turn the heater on by pulling the lever all the way out. That will open this valve. Now what I hope to do here is remove those two fittings right there. That fitting on top is the input, and I'll be hooking up this garden hose to it with this barbed end and a valve so I can adjust the pressure and shut it off when I disconnect it. Then I'll also be taking off the exit hose so that it can drain down onto the floor and not into the engine. Now mind you, I do not have coolant in here. The past few weeks I've been running straight water to help flush it out. So I will not be dumping coolant onto the floor. It'll just be debris and water from the heater core. So I was able to remove the fittings and get the hoses hooked up. As you can see, I found a piece of heater hose to go on the end of the garden hose, and I have a 2-liter clear pop bottle just for a recovery tank, a small one, so I can get a sample of what comes out of there. So now if this works the way it should, I'll slowly turn on this little valve here. We should start seeing water pouring into the 2-liter bottle. Now keep turning the pressure up gradually till that bottle fills, and it looks a little rusty and brown, but not too bad. So what I'll do now is, because it's all water, I'll remove the recovery tank and just flush her onto the floor. And I'll probably flush it for 5 or 10 minutes. Now I flushed her for about 5 minutes here and she's running really clear. So just to be sure, I have air hose hooked up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some air pressure and just get some of that water out and then flush it a little bit more. So I ended up cycling between water and air pressure at the very least a dozen times, maybe 2. And what I found is after purging the system with air, the initial water to get run through the system and come out would pull out more sediment. So I kept doing that over and over till I got to a point where it wasn't making much of a difference and it was coming out pretty close to clear. The only thing that was kicking out was possibly scaling, and I'm not too worried about that because the coolant system flush I will be doing next should take care of all the oil, grease, scaling, and other residue that'll be caught in the heater core, radiator, and other parts of the engine. So now that I flushed this and I know there's more than adequate flow through the heater core, I'm ready to flush the entire system, knowing that the added amount of flow will help clean the system even more. So, and we'll walk over to the back here. Here's the first 2 liters of water I pulled out of the heater core, and it's yeah, pretty dirty there. So I think I'll be a lot happier come this winter. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Any additional information, links to tools or parts that I use will be provided in the description. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.